Good morning, student. Today we will discuss the projectile motion, and in that project, two angles of projection for the same horizontal range that we will discuss. We all know that horizontal range is given by r equal to v0 square sine 2 theta upon g. So when we project the particle at an angle theta, the range will be this. But if other than theta, suppose the particle is projected here at an angle 180 minus theta, 180 minus 2 theta. So, or we can say that particle is projected at 90 minus theta. Suppose the particle is projected at 90 minus theta angle. So where will be the 90 minus theta angle? Okay. Now theta angle will be here. Theta angle will be here. This is the angle of projection theta, and for this theta the range is this. This is theta. But when we project, then the velocity will be given by this. But if the particle is projected at 90 minus theta, that means this angle is suppose theta, so this will be 90 minus theta. How much? This will become 90 minus theta. So when particle is projected at 90 minus theta, even in that case also this particle will go and it will go and it will fall here only. So it will have the same range. The particle is projected here with velocity v. So that we have to prove. Key for theta and this angle which is 90 minus theta, the range would be same. How the range would be same? See, this is the equation when particle is projected at angle theta. But when particle is projected at this angle, theta dash, then range will be what? In that condition, the range will be v0 square sine 2 theta. What will write? 90 minus 2 theta. 90 minus theta only upon g. So it will become what it will become? It will become v0 square sine 180 minus 2 theta upon g. So finally it will become, because in mathematics trigonometrically we know that 180 minus theta is what? v0 square sine 2 theta by g. This range will be r dash. This is r dash. So r dash will be this range. So we can say this equation is equation number 2. This will be the equation number 2. Now you see this equation, it is r dash. It is very similar to this. We can do this activity for the angles, like if we project the particle at theta equal to 30 degree. So what will be the range? R equal to u square sine 2 30 by g. This will become u square sine 60 by g. Sine 60 is nothing but it is root 3 by 2. So this will be the range. But when it is projected other than 90 minus theta, now suppose theta dash, it is 90 minus theta, or it is projected at an angle 60 degree. So r dash will be what? U square sine 260 by g. This will become u square sine 120 by g. And in mathematics, sine 120 we can write as u square sine 90 plus 30 upon g. Sine 90 plus 30, it is equal to cos 30. Cos 30, it will, the value of cos 30 is what? Root 3 by 2. Again, So u square into root 3 by 2, this is r dash. So this r dash and this r is same. What we can conclude, whether it is this r dash and this r is same, this r dash is same. What we can conclude, that whether it is thrown at an angle theta equal to 30 degree or 60 degree, the range would be same. The range would be same. In both the cases, the particle will fall. 30 degree, it will fall here. For 60 degree, it will fall here. Like this. Okay, in both the cases, the range will be same. Now, in case if the particle is not projected like this, we have many examples. Suppose the particle is projected from the tower. Suppose you are standing and you are throwing a stone from the tower. Then what will happen? For example, we have one more question, and this question is also from NCERT book, and I have already written the question is this. The question is, a hiker stands on the edge of a cliff 490 meters above the ground and throws a stone horizontally with an initial speed of 15 meters per second. Neglecting air resistance, find the time taken by the stone to reach the ground and the speed with which the stone will hit the ground. That we have to calculate. We can consider G as 9.8 or 10 for convenience. So these 2 points we have to keep in mind, that it is thrown from the height of 490 meters. So to solve this question, we have to make one building, and the height of the building should be 490 meters. Now this kind of question, when it is 490 is given, so it is 49. So what we have to think, that 49 into 2, it becomes 980 or 98. So 98 will come in the multiple of 9.8. So 49, it is also in the multiple of 9.8. Now we have this surface, and here we have, this is the tower. This is the tower AB, and a stone is projected from this point with a speed of 15 meters per second, and the height of the cliff is near about 490 meters. The stone is thrown here, so the stone will go, it will go like this, and it will follow the path like this. So when it is thrown, so it will have ux, it is equal to 15 meters, but it will not have any vertical component of velocity. The vertical component uy will be 0, because it is thrown horizontally thrown like this. So it will have no vertical component. It will go like this, it will go like this. So it will be u component, but this is the reverse condition of the oblique projection. In this case, the initial vertical component is 0. Now the vertical component will increase. And we have to calculate that how much time it will take to reach the ground. Again, as we have mentioned, the projectile motion is a combination of two separate one-dimension motion. This would be the range. Now, for vertical motion, if we discuss for vertical motion, we can write Sy equal to Uyt plus half Ay t square. Sy is h, and that h, Uy is 0 because the initial vertical component is 0, plus 1 by 2 G 9.8. Yeah, first of all we'll write G t square, and h is what? The height of the building, it is 490 meter. 1 by 2 G 9.8 t square. That is why we are saying 9.8. Take 9.8 because when you multiply it here, it will become 980. this is equal to 9.8 t square, and when we solve it will become 980 divided by 9.8 t square, which ultimately it means this will go there, so it will become 1000. It will become, how much it will become, this will go here, so it will be 9800 divided by 98, so t square, that t square will be 100, t square will be 100, it is equal to t square, the 10 equal to t. So the stone will take 10 seconds to reach the ground. This stone, it will take 10 seconds to reach the ground. But with what velocity it will hit the ground? Now this is very important point, with what velocity it will hit the ground. When particle is projected, its vertical component, see, this is the tower and this is the stone is thrown. So when we are throwing a stone, vertical component increases. Here vertical component uy is 0, but here it is not 0. What will be vy? Vy would be, when particle is thrown here, vy would be vy equal to uy plus gt, and uy is 0, g is 9.8, time, how much time? It takes 10 seconds. So vy will be 98 meter per second. This is the vertical component. Whereas the horizontal component of velocity, since it is thrown with a velocity of 15 meter per second, so the horizontal component of velocity, when it hits the ground, the vertical will be this, horizontal will be ux. You can say it remains same throughout the motion. Horizontal component, nothing happens to horizontal component, as the acceleration due to gravity in that direction is 0. So when it hits the ground, it will hit with the two velocities. One will be x velocity, one will be y, and vy will be 98 meter per second. So in the vector form we can write, what we can write? We can write vxi, v equal to vxi plus vyj. And what is vx? Vx, the 15i plus 98j. Then the magnitude we can calculate, v equal to under root of vx square plus vy square. Vx is 15 the whole square plus vy 98 the whole square. And if we solve, we will get total solution. You can solve this. It would be, you can solve this, you will get the answer near about 99 meter per second. So with this velocity, the stone will hit the ground. Okay. You can take 225 and 98 square, it will become the square root of 99. This much only. You have to practice these questions and then ask. In this hiker problem, two things. The tower was 490 meter and the stone was thrown. The 10 seconds it will take. So when it will hit the ground, it will hit the vertical component. It is reverse condition. In this projection, at highest point vy becomes 0. But in this projection vy is 0. It increases gradually and it hits the ground with this is ground with maximum velocity. And horizontal component, whether any projection, it remains, whether this projection or this projection, horizontal component of velocity remains same at each point, 15 meters per second. Thank you.